Welcome back to my channel The Unknown World. Today, we're leaving behind the roads of steel and the engines of the world to travel into a place no map dares to mark. A mountain whispered about in ancient texts, feared by explorers, and worshipped by mystics. They call it Koh-e Kaaf, the mountain that touches the edge of the unseen. This isn't just another legend. This is a story of obsession, discovery, and a mystery that refuses to fade. The story begins in 1928, with a young archaeologist named Rahim Al-Darzi. He had spent years decoding forgotten Persian manuscripts, each one repeating the same impossible name, the Gate of Kaaf. According to the texts, beyond that gate lay a world untouched by time, the realm of Jinn, Paris, and the emerald light of creation itself. Rahim was mocked by his peers. They said Mount Kaaf was just a myth, a metaphor for spiritual journey. But Rahim believed otherwise. He believed it was real, a hidden place, protected by forces older than humanity. So, with only a compass, a leather-bound journal, and an old map traced from a Sufi scholar's dream, he set out across the deserts of Central Asia. Weeks turned into months. His camels died, his guides deserted him. But Rahim pressed on, following strange signs, emerald-colored rocks, whispers that carried through the wind, and stars that didn't match any constellation known to man. One night, as the moon turned silver blue, he saw it, a shadowed mountain rising where no mountain had stood before. Its peak pierced the clouds, glowing faintly green, as if made of crystal. He had found Koh-e Kaaf. The air was thin and alive with sound, low hums, like distant chanting. Each step toward the mountain felt heavier, as if gravity itself thickened. At the base, he discovered massive stone doors carved with symbols in an unknown script, the Gate of Kaaf. As he placed his hand upon the surface, the stone felt warm, almost breathing. Then, from behind the door, came a voice, deep, echoing, neither male nor female. You seek what was hidden for a reason, child of dust. Rahim froze. The air shimmered, and before him appeared a tall, radiant figure, eyes of molten gold, skin glowing like dawn. It was a peri, one of the guardians of Koh-e Kaaf. She told him that the mountain was not meant for mortals. That it was a boundary between the seen and the unseen, the world of humans and the realm of the Jinn kings. She warned him that once a man steps inside, he is never the same again. But Rahim, driven by curiosity and pride, begged for entry. And so, the gate opened. Inside was a world that defied logic, glowing rivers, trees made of light, cities of glass suspended in air. He saw creatures of fire and shadow moving among them, Jinn, vast and ancient, their forms shifting like smoke. They did not walk, they floated, whispering in a tongue older than language. The peri guided him to a palace carved from emerald stone. There sat Tahir, the king of the Jinn, towering, with wings of flame and eyes that burned with galaxies. Tahir looked upon Rahim and said, "No human has crossed this boundary in 1,000 years. What do you seek, seeker of secrets?" Rahim's voice trembled. Knowledge. Truth. The source of creation. The king rose. The ground shook. Then learn this, truth is a burden heavier than worlds. He reached out, and placed a single glowing ember into Rahim's hand. Instantly, Rahim saw visions, the rise and fall of civilizations, the creation of stars, the cycle of life and death. It was knowledge beyond human comprehension. But knowledge has a price. The more Rahim saw, the more he began to lose himself. His memories, his body, his sense of time, all faded. The peri's voice echoed faintly, "He who drinks from the light of Kaaf must never return unchanged." Days, or maybe centuries later, Rahim awoke at the edge of a desert village. The mountain was gone. His hair had turned white, his skin glowed faintly, and his eyes reflected green light. He carried only his journal, and the ember, now cold and black. When he returned to civilization, no one believed him. He spoke of cities of fire, of Jinn kings, of the boundary of the world, but his words were dismissed as madness. Within months, he disappeared again. Some say he went back to find the gate. Others say he was taken back by those who guard it. Nearly a century later, explorers found his journal in an old bazaar in Istanbul. The final page was written in trembling handwriting: "The mountain breathes. When the green light touches the horizon, the gate will open again. And the world will remember what it has forgotten." Even today, in some remote valleys of Afghanistan and northern Iran, locals speak of a green glow that appears once every 100 years over an invisible peak. They say it's the breath of Koh-e Kaaf, calling to those